Hey, everybody, welcome to the November Great Awakening. Let's take a look at the energies for the month. And this is definitely one of those energies. If we all wear those shirts, can you imagine the statement that would make? Every time we go out in public, let's wear these shirts, whatever color you want to do. Just, I do not consent. Oh my gosh. Everybody would be like, why is everybody wearing those shirts? What does that mean? It might really help. Who knows? Okay. So let's see what goddesses, gods, and guardians are helping us right now in December. I'm doing this a little late. I just want to put my phone on airplane real quick so we don't get any eruptions. There might be some eruptions. Uh-oh. Okay. I I don't plan my talks, just so you guys know. I don't. I might have an idea of a subject that I might want to talk about at some point or something. Oh, well, isn't that interesting? The Star Maiden. The Star Maiden just was randomly turned the opposite direction in here. The Star Maiden and the Butterfly Maiden. I feel like it's both of these, rest and beautiful change. So maybe you're resting just before there's a beautiful change, or maybe rest while the beautiful change is happening. So let's take a look at these. What was I saying? Oh yeah, that I don't have any kind of a script, obviously. I just say what's on my mind. When you when somebody who uses their intuition like I do, and maybe you, the slip ups that you do, the things that come out of your mouth, the things you accidentally type, all of the seeming accidents are not really accidents. You were supposed to say that. So yeah, so pay attention to those types of things, because you didn't mess up, you didn't goof up. It was supposed to be said that way somehow, whatever that is. Okay. Star Maiden. Okay. This is the big long explanation. We're going to get to the meat of it here. Okay. The message is simple. You need to slow down. Star Maiden wraps her starry cloak around your tense shoulders, giving you permission to allow the regenerative act of being, a much needed respite from constant doing. So it's time to kick back in November, or at least maybe the first half, because I feel like something's going to happen around the middle of November. That's pretty big. The peace after the storm has finally arrived. The worst is over. You've done the hardest part. Whatever trials or turmoil you've endured, Star Maiden assures you that they're behind you now. Your nervous system may still be on high alert, expecting the worst or staying vigilant just in case something else difficult befalls you. If you've been through an illness or emotional trauma, there may be echoes of your experience still active in your cells. Gaze at Star Maiden and let her calm your frazzled nerves. With the twinkle of starlight, she whisks away your best laid plans and to-do list and whispers, now rest. So additional meanings are: you're a starseed soul, you're incarnated from the stars. Learn to interpret your dream symbolism, and relaxation and focusing on simple, joyful acts will help symptoms of post-traumatic stress syndrome disorder, PTSD. So, yeah, it's time to rest your weary soul, I just heard. So try to get adequate rest, no matter what's going to be going on. The best rest you can get, obviously, is to be present in the moment, holding hands with God, I call it. So just remember that is your most secure place that you can possibly be, is resting within you, within the kingdom of God within you. So that is always there for you whenever you need. So I don't know about, well, the worst behind us. I do feel like that's kind of saying that, obviously we're still going to go through some of the financial struggles and things like that, but I feel like the battle's already won, but we have to go through some, like, you know what it is? It's like aftershocks. It's aftershocks. Because all of this has been crumbling down for like a long time, and we're still just going to be going through the whoa, okay, here it is again, whoa. But they're assuring us everything's going to be fine. Okay, so butterfly maiden, here we go. Butterfly maiden comes to uplift you today as she sees you might be getting stuck in persistent negative thoughts. Maybe you're thinking that nothing will ever change for the better. Perhaps you've been through challenges and this has taken a toll on your mental and emotional and physical health. Butterfly Maiden offers you one of her many colorful butterflies and says, can you imagine yourself as this beautiful butterfly? What color are your wings? This is a healing color that will renew your dampened spirit. You've been cocooned or even stuck by now. But now's the time to expect a glorious change. Yay. By consciously choosing positive thoughts, you can renew your outlook and draw in good energy. Keep focusing on how you want to feel, what you'd love to experience, and believe it can be so. There's a need for change and renewal in your life, pure and simple. That's for sure, isn't it? Maybe you'd love a new job or a refreshed decor in your home, perhaps a change of scenery, a new hobby, or revitalized social life. Or it could be an overhaul of your entire set of circumstances that's on the horizon. See the butterfly I've sent you as a symbol of metamorphosis and fresh experiences. You're approaching a time of wondrous change. Embrace it with open wings. I love it. And be like a kid again. You know, don't be jaded by your past experiences. And I just glimpsed at this. Hod, tell the truth. So maybe part of this beautiful change that's up ahead is some kind of truth being told. Additional meanings. Your positive efforts will pay off very soon. Say yes to this opportunity or invitation and appreciate the beauty that surrounds you daily, for sure. These are all great reminders. All right, so we are being supported. And I just looked at another clue. Everything is a clue. And I just looked at action and going up a stairs to a door. Now, what this reminds me of, this is so crazy. When I was a kid, I came up with this thing where if I wanted to have an adventurous dream, like I you know, those tri-level houses where you get to the front door and you could either go downstairs or you could go upstairs. And there's like the platform you arrive at when you go up to the stairs to the front door. So I would imagine doing that when I would fall asleep. And if I wanted an adventure, something really fun, but kind of like you never know whether it's going to turn into a nightmare, but something exciting and adventurous was always like to go down the stairs. To go up the stairs was going to be like a really neat dream, a beautiful, comforting, loving dream. That's just some expansive dream. Like, wow. I don't know, like being at the top of the Grand Canyon and looking around, just taking it all in, and or floating on a cloud, or something fluffy. But sometimes I'd be more in the mood to go pop through some kind of dilapidated house and find out what's in there, and I don't know, end up going to some other people's house and hop in a car and go down the road, and who knows. But that is making me think of that we're about to go up those stairs to the good dreams, to the sun shining and the puffy clouds going by, where we're going to have to take some kind of action. Like if I were to sit there on the platform and not choose to go downstairs, and sometimes I would do that. I'd be like, well, I'm just gonna just leave it up to spirit to come up with whatever dream I'm going to have. If I did that, it was always a crapshoot. And I never knew what I was going to get. And, but if I chose, then it was either going to be really cool or really, wow. So, so we're at that platform. So we need to choose whether we're going to act on the things that in like the invitations, because there was that card that talked about like, say yes to this invitation. So we may be getting some invitations that we need to jump on right away. Like when spirit prompts you, don't sit there and think about it and ponder it forever. You want to be like, okay, the opportunity's here. Think about it, go. Don't even think about it. Actually, the thinking about it can screw it up. But if your heart calls you to it, if you feel excited by it, then go, then do it. So there's some kind of opportunity awaits, you guys. We're gonna have to take action on in November. All right, so we may as well keep looking at these cards. What else do you guys want to tell? These are the self-care cards. If you want to look those up. Hi, sweetie. Okay. Okay, yeah, decision. You're going to be making some kind of decision. Sometimes the best decision is no decision at all. So, I feel like with that, like don't be pushed into a decision. Don't be coerced into a decision. You want to make it consciously. I think that's what they're saying is take action according to what guides you from your heart. I almost said guards you from your heart. So guard your heart. Definitely guard your heart and be aware of any type of manipulation and really do your very best to get to the bare root of it all. Like ask yourself a lot of whys. Why not that, or why this over that? And keep asking yourself whys about those whys, and you'll keep going deeper and deeper and deeper until you finally get to the root of it. Make your decision based there. Because you don't want to end up making a decision that you'll later regret. And you want to make your decisions based on what's actually your truth. We got that card, tell the truth. So, and say, I do not consent to anybody pressuring me to make a decision that I don't feel really great about. So maybe you'll have, maybe you'll be torn between a couple things. Maybe your family will be putting all this pressure on you to do the right thing and to do what benefits them if you say yes to that thing. But you're saying, I think this would make my heart sore, even though I won't have any, I think that I won't have any money, which is not true. It's just your thinking, right? When you follow your heart, everything lines up, but our ego tends to tell us you're not going to have enough money if you go that way. You're going to ruin your reputation. You're going to ruin everything you've tried so hard to get up to this level in your life or whatever. But it's all Satan's lies, you guys. Don't listen to any of that, because when you truly listen to your heart, that is inspired by God, and God blisses it. It really does. Consciousness blisses it, and it just goes pouring into that project, and it will bring in all the money you'll need. It'll bring in all the support you'll need. Genuine support, not fake support. You know what I mean? So always trust what your heart is telling you, not what your head is telling you. Don't use logic. Whatever you do, do not use logic. Okay. Oh, look at that action. Baby steps are still steps, and they're better than standing still. Again, a thing about like not standing still. Okay, so also it's what I'm feeling about the one that said like sometimes no decision is the best decision. What I was going to say, and I forgot to say, is basically if somebody's pressuring you, like your family, your friends, or whatever, take more time and tell them, I'm not deciding right now while you're putting a gun to my head. I'm not deciding. No, I'm going to wait until you lower the gun and everybody's calm and there's no pressure. I don't want any pressure. If there's pressure, the answer is going to be no, because usually somebody's trying to scam you. Somebody's trying to get something out of you that isn't good for you. So take all pressure off and you can always tell that you don't have to people please and give them an answer that's fake or not true or a lie. Even you want to say no for now. I may change my mind, but no for now, and be at a standstill and then take action on what you truly want to, even if it is just a baby step, even if it's just a little thing. Just start heading in that direction. You don't have to have a whole roadmap all mapped out and the steps 1 through 20 you're going to take. You only need like 2 steps. Just start going in that direction. You guys remember when I went to Boulder, I had no plan. I didn't even know what Boulder was about. All I knew was there was like a bunch of psychics there, and it was a college town. That was really all I knew. And it was in the mountains. That's all the information I had. I just knew I was being prompted to or urged to go there by spirit. That's it. And I went. Not even hardly any money, not even any idea of what I would do. I didn't even know if I was going to continue to do the work I do. I assumed so. But you don't need a plan. Just go. Just just take some kind of a leap of faith in that direction. And I moved there. Oh my gosh. The move card. You might be moving or needing to move when you feel prompted to, when you're ready to, when you have the resources to, or maybe if you don't. I know a divine masculine that, and there are a lot of unions right now. I'm hearing about, you guys. Things are really coming together now. So yeah, one divine masculine was pretty much living out of his car, and he really pushed his divine feminine away, saying, I don't have the money for this. I don't have the resources for this. I don't, da, da, da. And she was like, I don't care. If I don't care, then why should you care? Like, well, I just want to be with you. And a little bit later, he started to open up to her more and admit his insecurities about it. And they had more talks about it. And they've started really going forward and very strong. There are things that you can bring to the table. If you don't have certain things, then you can bring other things to the table, like commitment, like putting your all into it, like bringing your honesty when you know that your divine feminine's been lied to a lot. Bring your honesty. That's going to mean the world to her. She doesn't care about the money. Divine feminines can take care of themselves. You guys know that divine feminines are like pretty darn self-sufficient, and they're balanced in their masculine and feminine energies, and they're doing very well in their lives. And so the masculines might get insecure. Well, I'm not, offering this, that, or the other thing, but those are all like worldly things. Those are all ego things. So if you're feeling it in your heart, masculines, if you're feeling it in your heart and your truth, and you know what your truth is, speak your truth, do your truth, live your truth. And it doesn't matter. Any of that other stuff does not even matter. Bring to the table what you want to bring to the table. And you might be shocked that what you're offering your divine feminine is far greater than money could ever be to her. Your protection, your time, your energy, you offering her assistance, supporting her emotionally, being there for her, sleeping with her. All of that could mean the world. And you didn't have to have any money for that. You didn't have to have whatever, And you might have thought a certain situation as a burden, like, oh, I don't want to put this on my feminine. It's not true. Maybe those things could actually enhance your feminine's life. Like, say you have a kid, or say you've got a dog, or like something like that. Oh, well, this would be hard for her to adapt. Stop assuming anything. Stop assuming anything, and just know that this love that you have with this person is so real. Don't let the devil or Satan or whatever this idea is of this negative thing to influence you, right? Don't listen to that ego trying to make up a bunch of excuses. The ego is really, really working hard to try to keep true love apart, because when true love comes together, it's incredibly powerful. You guys make such a difference in this world. So you have to work real hard to not assume things. And you got to go for it. Okay, so a long walk is good for the soul. Go outside and allow Mother Nature to lift your spirits. So if you do feel in a negative space right now and you're kind of just like worn out completely, we've been in this war forever, and you're just like tired, and God's saying, rest, just chill. Go out and get some fresh air in nature. Go out and be in nature and get replenished, because some incredible changes are coming up ahead for you in November here. So this is awesome. And I'm seeing a calendar here. Priorities this month. Priorities. The quality of your life is determined by how you spend your time. Make sure your schedule reflects the life you want. And then I see abundance. And it's time. It's almost time for that abundance. Like, it's almost all the way out. It's, real close. So time spent worrying is time spent. So Being a thoughtful steward with the money you have already is the secret to creating more abundance. When you trust yourself to handle more, that's when it shows up. I just feel like this is a sign that it's almost here. And it might even be scheduled in the calendar for you to get your SESQV or whatever's coming to us. You might be one of these X's where they give you that call or something happens, or, you get that offer, whatever the offer is, whatever the invitation is. You got to go for it. Prioritize it. Don't put it off. Okay. Now we're going to look at the Sword of Light Oracle. Sword of Light. Yeah, see, it's almost over on the bottom of the deck. It's almost over. Just like it's almost over. And that one card said, it is over. The dust is settling. Like the worst is over. We keep getting it's over, it's over, it's over. Your current challenges will soon be resolved, maybe by some truths being revealed, because we had that HOD card about the truth being spoken, and you will be able to look to the future with a smile. Imagine that, looking to the future with a smile, because we did not consent, right? That's why we can look to the future with a smile, thank God, because we resisted all their nonsense. Wow, another decision card. Holy cow, you may have to make a decision between two major paths. One that will lighten your load like a feather, and the other will really warm your heart, or maybe both. Maybe you could choose a path that has both. Are you choosing to prioritize yourself or another in this situation? Yeah, don't people please. Accept divine guidance pointing you towards your joy. You deserve it. The truth is trying to bust through here. See that? The one sword is called the Ace of Swords, and it brings total clarity and victory. So there's something coming into balance in November. I feel like even when if our financial system should crash or whatever in November, something's going to counterbalance it. All the abundance coming in or whatever. So it's like it may all come crashing down, and then you may all of a sudden just have it come back up again. For some reason, I kept feeling like I know I predicted like this like a year and a half ago, or even I know a lot of you are like totally ready, and I am too. Totally ready to like go for months if you have to, not going to any stores or being involved with any of the nonsense or the looting or any of that stuff that we've thought might go on. But I really felt that our money might go, something might happen with the banks for like 3 days and then pop back up again. And I think that's the new quantum financial system getting online, kind of resetting the whole thing, like snipping off the old, like when we went from cable to the internet kind of thing. But maybe a bad analogy because you know what I mean. But like cutting one source of how things are working right now, cutting over to the new quantum financial system. But something is you're going to have to make some kind of decision. You're going to have to make some kind of decision that could be a tough one, but they're saying, do not people please. Make this decision for yourself and only you, they said, and only you. Let your best friend be the one that helps you decide too. Your best friend can be, because they know you so well. And maybe you have lots of good friends. I would go with the friend that's willing to say it like it is. I would go with that one, not the one who will agree with you about everything and tell you that all the fluffy stuff. You want the friend that'll say, no, I really don't think you're going to be happy if you do that. I know you think that you will, but I don't think so. They'll tell you the truth. Stay the course. So whatever this is, it may be something that you've desired for a long time. And they're saying, stick with that. Stick with whatever it is. You're being led to the sun. You're almost there. It looks like he's saying, look, you're almost there. Keep following your heart. You're being led by angels, Don't panic. You're not on the right path. You're just having a bumpy start. Learn from the experience and keep going. And look, he's got that sword of truth in his right here. So there may be something that makes you feel like you've taken the wrong path. or maybe it's a bumpy start or something, but learn from your experiences and keep going. Don't panic. Stay the course if you know that it's your ultimate truth. That's what I feel they're saying. And it's going to lead you to a bright future. And with all those birds near the sun, it's like those birds are I just heard communication required. There's going to be some communication required, but to continually course correct according to your heart and your truth. Okay. I wasn't expecting to put those away like that, but I did. All right. So that was meant to be. All right. So we're going to look at these. I think these are called like crystal. Yeah. Crystal angels or something. Okay. Tell us about November, Spirit. God. Tell us about November. Tell us about November, please. Tell us about what's going to be going on for us in November. Spiritual path. Your true beliefs are becoming clearer to you, which prompts you to make necessary life changes. Again, major life changes and decisions to make. Not to make you afraid, okay? Not to make you anxious. And in my Ask Amy this week, I talk about some things that you can do if you're having major anxiety or PTSD. They talked about PTSD in the cards earlier. So look in the timestamps underneath the Ask Amy video this week. I think it's November 2nd. And just take a look. I recommend some good products and some things you can do. Progress, not perfection. Again, with that, like taking baby steps, like you take steps in your integrity every step of the way, and you'll get yourself out of whatever stuck energy you're in. Just keep making the best decision you can from the bottom of your heart, not logic. Don't compare yourself to others or judge yourself. Instead, focus upon how far you've come and what you've learned. So some people feel like they've failed in life if they have to change course. So they stay stuck where they're at because, well, I've always done this, or I've done this for so long, this is all I know, or whatever. It's not a failure to course correct. It's actually a success because it means you're leveling up and trying something new. You're stretching yourself. I can't even tell you how many times in my life that I've shifted from one career to another career to another career to another thing to another thing to another thing. I've never seen it as failure. I've always seen it as, ooh, I'm going to go over here and learn all these wonderful things. Okay, I've mastered that. I've gotten great at that. I'm going to go over here. And it's just like taking classes. When you're done with one class, do you see it as failed? No, you go to the next class. You're on the next semester. It's all part of your gathered experience behind you, right? And then you graduate and you've got all this incredible experience. Life is exactly the same way. You're not failing because you leave your class. You're not going to stay in that one class forever, and every experience I've gone through and every leap of faith I've taken. I mean, I've lived in like 20 places in the last 20 years. I mean, and I can't even tell you how many towns I've lived in. I can't even tell you how many houses I've lived in. How many, I've been in every situation you could possibly think of. And every single time, even in sketchy situations I've been in, I've learned something really valuable. And I've been like, okay, now I can close the door to that classroom and I've earned such and such credits for it. Now I'm going to go to the next one. And now I'm so much smarter about this. And now I know how to handle that kind of a situation. And now I can be quicker to respond to this, or I can be gentler about this, or I can be, and you just keep going through life like that. So don't see any kind of change like that as any kind of a failure. You're not even going to necessarily downgrade. It's just going to feel different. It's just going to stretch you. It's going to help you level up to sprout your wings. Essentially, so you haven't lived as an angel before, and now you're about to. So it's going to be a little weird feeling these bumps on the back of on your shoulders as your wings have come out. You got to make space for the wings now. You got to kind of duck down on the doorway so your wings don't hit the top of the top of the doorway. But it's good stuff. It's good stuff we're being moved into. Unnecessary worries. Release the burden of worries by giving them to God for healing and solutions. You could, I've been saying this, but it's okay. I'll just repeat it because I think we learned through repetition. You could just, I heard on this on Instagram and I adopted it and I love it. Thank you, God, for showing me this has already been worked out. Thank you, God, for showing me this has already been worked out. Thank you, God, for showing me this has already been worked out. Say it like 3 times softly. And usually something happens pretty soon after that. I'm like, oh, that's so great. Oh, I never even thought of it like that. Or, and I'm like, that's so cool how that worked out. Yeah, I gave it to God. Now, what is God? God is consciousness. Give it to consciousness. Go present in the moment. Get out of your head, get out of logic, drop into your heart and be present in the moment. Take a deep breath and on the exhale, release the situation to God for healing and answers. So you don't have to figure it all out. God's got it figured out. Let yourself sparkle and shine. Let yourself become that angel with the wings now. It's time. It's your time. Be gentle with yourself. Don't beat yourself up. You are not a failure if you have to change course. You've been through a lot and you need time to heal and recover. So take that time for yourself. Okay, so natural beauty and authenticity. Be yourself as God made you naturally attractive and lovable inside and out. So maybe, I don't know, maybe you're going to be comparing yourself to others in some way, like physically or something. So just cut yourself slack and just know that this is where you're at in your life. And try to balance out that energy and not be too critical of yourself. And don't judge yourself either. Like I know in some situations, the divine masculine goes in a totally different direction. That is not a reflection on you whatsoever, because it means that and I've looked at the cards about this. I felt to do it intuitively. I've talked to the masculines myself. It's never the divine feminine. It is the masculine, not putting blame. I'm saying that each person decides based on their own, where they're at in their own perception. And these divine masculines, they're just too insecure. They're too insecure to pursue their true dreams. They're too insecure to be with the person that they feel is too good for them. That's it. That's all it is. And so that's the whole challenge of the divine masculine is to get over the ego. And there's some kind of an ego trap they usually fall into too, like thinking they need to have a bunch of money or thinking that they need to, have a certain degree of this, that, or the other thing, or they have to be looked up to, or they have to, any of that stuff. It's usually something having to do with them. It's fear. It's the ego that keeps them from their divine feminines, always. So, and then you'll always be the one he'll always think of, and you'll always be the one that I just had a confirmation of this because I always say it, even when they're making love to their person that they're settling for, the karmic that they don't even really like. Ultimately, they're just getting bossed around by them, but they will be imagining you. And I just got total confirmation, and I have several times, but this is a recent confirmation. Somebody said that, somebody had admitted that he had fantasized about her while with the other person. Of course, because you're their true love, and that's just how that goes. You'll always be that. Not that that's anything that you would even care about either, because it's just like, okay, what I would have really rather had you in my life than have you just fantasizing about me forever with the wrong person. But whatever, if that's the path you choose, So don't take it personally either. If your masculine should choose to, in the Ask Amy this week also, if you want to take a look at it, somebody's talking about a masculine who got really, really agitated, having to look at himself as he was, going forward with this feminine, and things were going really, really great. All of a sudden he started backpedaling because he got scared, his ego, right? He got scared and he didn't know he was out of his comfort zone. And so his way of dealing with it was to go look toward another karmic that was tempting him. Somebody knew that he didn't have history with, and he was tempted by that situation. But when we pulled the cards and revealed the truth of it, it showed that he was actually very much wanting to marry her and still wanting to be with her, but he was just kind of running away from himself. So, but I mean, these cards just tumbled out while I was talking about this. The masculines look like they might be going through a massive transformation, though, and things will balance out. They're being divinely guided, and they're walking away from the baloney. A lot of them, not all of them will pass the test, but yeah, they're walking away from the baloney, and they're coming to balance things out with you. And what's funny is this is the 8 of Cups. So that means that he's got like 8 really nice, shiny, beautiful cups, but he's taking off. He's leaving it all behind. All those hard-earned cups he's leaving behind to go after his true love, which is the 2 of Cups. Well, in this picture, what a coincidence. We talked about you getting wings. There's a being with wings holding those 2 cups. So he's going to go off and he's going to go looking for you, and you're going to be sitting here all calm, and you're going to be ready to pour water into his cup when he gets there, or you pour water into his cup, and it's going to be back and forth reciprocated. And this is a card about divine guidance, like the angels showing you the way. So yeah, big transformation coming. Well, looks like we're going to do a masculine reading. So how are the masculines feeling about the feminines? Whoa, like making an offer. I mean, the holidays are coming up. I mean, they're right up against it. They're right up against it, because if they're with a karmic, they're having to make plans with their karmic now over the holidays. And if they're, hopefully they've gotten rid of their karmic and they've done some healing, and now they're ready for you. All right, so what are these masculines as a collective of those who are watching right now? How are the masculines feeling about the feminines right now? And remember, feminines, you've always got plenty of options. Even if you're one of those feminines who've only supposedly had one person, I've heard you guys all of a sudden come up with somebody from the past that shows up, and you're just like, I was so blown away. I had no idea that guy even liked me. I really liked him back when, but blah, blah. So, or you meet somebody new. So do not despair about your love life, and don't think bad of yourself. Okay. Because you don't have anybody. I talk about crazy cat ladies. Like, if you gather love around you, it makes you strong, not weak, to continue to nurture and love yourself and those in your environment, like your cats and whatever else happens to be your iguana or your hedgehog or whatever you've got. All right. So, isn't that interesting? Well, they miss you like crazy overall. They're coming into their power, and they are jumping on some kind of an opportunity coming up here in November. Okay. So he really wants to put an effort, he or she, because it could be a female, wants to put the effort in to make a happy family. That's what he's thinking about right now. Like, I really need to put some elbow grease into this. I really need to make some effort. If I'm to have this happy family I've always wanted with this person, I need to put some effort in. So he's thinking of making effort. In his heart space, he's going to talk to you about how your wish fulfillment for him. He may talk to you over some drinks, having drinks, because sometimes those cups represent alcohol. So maybe you guys are going to go out and have a good conversation over drinks. But whatever this is, it's going to be a conversation, a straightforward conversation, no nonsense, about wish fulfillment, about maybe even about hashing out what it is you guys want or would want in a life together, or if that even works, but just hashing it out, In his actions, I mean, it looks here like he's leaving that karmic. This can be a karmic card, but it's also a card about new beginnings. So it's 2 different meanings here, because the 8 of Wands going away from something is they're somebody quickly leaving something behind, quickly getting themselves out of a situation. A sticky, there's always a sticky situation with that karmic, man, because they're like Velcro. They'll hold on to you and manipulate the doo-doo out of the situation because they want to squeeze every penny out of you or anything they can that they're getting out of that situation. They want to, so he's getting himself out of that, heck out of Dodge is what I just got. He's getting the heck out of Dodge away from that karmic in November. But it also means he's going quickly into a brand new beginning with you. And this is also, this person is sexy and enticing and exciting and inspiring. And the 9, if you add the wands, since we've got a bunch of wands here, there's 8, 9. So that's like overcoming your ego. So he's overcoming his ego despite all the things he's done to you and the ways that he's hurt you or whatever has gone on between you. He's putting those things aside and he wants to quickly go toward this new beginning with you. And he feels he has a little luck too with that little black cat there. All right. The luck is on his side. So the overall energy is that he's trying to make a major decision right now to speak his truth and even to set good boundaries with that karmic now. Now, you also have a match with that king and the queen. Both of you are going to be expressing the absolute truth, and especially with the nakedness here is vulnerability. And look at that angel overlooking the whole thing, which is maybe both of your higher selves. To make sure truth is spoken here. That Hod card comes to mind too. Truth being spoken here from a place of vulnerability. You can't get any more vulnerable than standing there naked like this. What do you have to say? I don't know. What do you have to say? Well, let's just say it like it is. However we say it, let's just do, just put all our cards out there. So in the future, they're trying not to worry, and they're also wanting to get away from drama and go into a brand new passionate start. So if you add the 9 of wands we just had to this wand for the new beginning, the 10 of wands is like setting down a burden, and the burden might have to do with drama, setting down the burden of a bunch of drama. To get you over to safe waters. It's like he's collecting you up in this boat, and he's gonna take all these, he's gonna take all these thoughts with him to express to you, all these truths with him, to once he gets somewhere with you quiet, then you guys can discuss it all. And maybe there's like a kid involved or something. Or the kid could represent like the birth. So let's go get somewhere safe. And we'll have all these discussions about what do we do now, And then as a little wink from the universe, look what we're back here again. I pulled these again. So he's going away from all that he has, all that he's gathered. So you guys can have your divinely guided and inspired moment of reciprocating feelings for each other. And he's making it happen however he needs to. Total determination using every tool in his toolbook. So, toolbook. That'd be an interesting book. I'll take out a screwdriver here. Put it back in there. Okay, so these are the messages from angels, I think. And then we're going to end, I think, with God. I feel like there's a pet message too. Okay. Okay, what's going to be happening for everyone in November, please? What's going to be happening for everyone in November, or for the majority of people here? Time out. Another card about rest. Time out. You've been so busy taking care of everyone else's needs and need to stop and take care of yourself. And give yourself a big hug. And look, she's got wings that are kind of all crumpled up. Almost like she just came out of a cocoon. How the butterflies come out of their cocoon all crumpled up like that. And then as they pump blood through their wings, they get bigger and fuller. So you need to get back to yourself and make decisions based on you. All right. Your children. Okay. There's something about children here. So it's like they will be taken care of. They will be taken care of if you have children involved. They will somehow be taken care of. But don't don't be, I don't know how to explain it. Don't be, really watch your thoughts and ideas about how to be the best parent. Because what comes to mind is like some people think they have to stay in a toxic relationship because they have a baby or something, or a child or whatever. If you have a child grow up in that type of a toxic environment, it's going to be that child is going to learn some really, really bad habits, and it's going to be a terrible environment for them to be in. If you can be with your true love and with your baby, it's going to be so much better of a situation for everybody. So the quicker you can get into a healthy environment with that child, the better. So I don't know, just something like, it might be something like that. Like, don't, and like some people think that like this, I hurt this person, so I'm going to pay for this thing for the rest of their lives, or something like really over the top, like overboard. Let's not get all dramatic about this. Let's really take a look at what is honestly in a very balanced way, including yourself in there and your own needs being accounted for in there. Everybody, having a priority on just what's actually truly important. Is staying in a toxic relationship actually best for your child? Things like that. Anyway, yeah, just really taking an honest assessment of what you're going to be putting your child through, keeping it in that toxic situation, another child card. So there might be something else about children. Maybe you're going to have a child. Maybe there's a new child. Maybe there's, who knows? But you have a gift with young people, and you might have a divine purpose that involves helping children. So of course, this could be your humanitarian project, helping children out. Who knows? But if that was something you were thinking of, then there's your confirmation. It is safe for you to be powerful. You have, how to be powerful and loving at the same time in a way that benefits others as well as yourself. So make that balanced decision and keep charging forward. Don't take no for an answer. Expect miraculous solutions. It just feels like be bold and follow your heart, and you will be supported. And meditate if you need to. Go inside and meditate, and then go forward on what's best for your heart. All right. All right. Pet cards. All right. What does your pet want to tell you right now? What does your pet want to tell you for the collective of those watching in November? What does your pet want to tell you? I'm very uncomfortable with all these changes. I could use some reassurance, please. So if you do go through kind of a whirlwind of changes, you may want to consider what that's going to do to your pet and do something to help them to feel safe and comfortable. If you're dealing with cats, I would watch Jackson Galaxy. He's got a lot of great advice, or you could just watch a video on how to make my dog feel safe if moving to a new home, how to make my cat feel safe if moving to a new home. Just look up certain videos, and they'll have some really great ideas you may not have thought of. But please consider your pet in whatever changes you're going to be going through, because they should be treated just as well as you would treat a child. If I go, I want to come back to you as soon as possible. So maybe they think that you're going to try to get rid of them or something. So communicate with them and let them know you are my priority. You are coming with me. If I do have to put you someplace temporarily for your safety, I'm going to do that, but then I'll come back for you. But just be clear about that. And if you do put them in somebody else's hands temporarily, make sure that you are very clear that you are coming back for those animals. Like this is not me pawning my animals off on you. I will be back. And to even ensure that, you could pay them to watch your animals every month. And that way there's like a paid agreement. You could even put it in writing, because there's so many weird situations, but just be really honest in your intentions with people. I'd like to spend some special one-on-one time with you, just the two of us. Can we make that happen? So, also when you go through a lot of changes, you might be getting a new animal in your house, or or they may just feel kind of neglected and put on the back burner because you've got all this furniture you're moving around and these boxes. So one way that you can make them feel safe through these changes is to make time for each of them separately. Take them into, like, if you have, I don't know, two or more animals, you'll want to just, or each, or even just one, it doesn't matter, but however many animals, like, make sure that you spend special one-on-one time with each and every one of them through those changes, and it'll make them feel much more secure. Thanks for dealing with my bad behavior with such patience. I wish I knew better what I could do to make it better. I really want us happy. So if you're being impatient with your animal, you might need to just try to understand them better, and do learn about animal behavior, learn about your specific breed of animal you have, learn about positive reinforcement, please. Learn about their body language, and just really try to, because usually if there's a behavior problem, and I've heard some of you say, well, they're really stubborn. It's never your animal being stubborn. They just don't get it. They don't understand what you're trying to tell them or not telling them. If there's confusion, it's going to be your fault, because they understand their own language. They understand their own kind perfectly well. And to them, things like clawing the furniture are like a way that they're showing that they're part of the family, and they love that. And it makes them feel comforted and secure. They're not thinking that that's anything bad. They're just being a cat, and that's what cats do. So you're the one who invited them into your home, and trying to expect them to behave like a human being or to think like you is kind of silly. Or a dog coming into your house and running all over the place. It's like, you're not allowed to run all over the place in my house. I mean, I welcomed you here, but you're not allowed to be all excited and jump up on my lap or anything. I'm going to get angry and kick you if you do that. And the dog doesn't know. The dog just knows, amongst other dogs, they get excited and they jump up on each other. That's just what they do to show excitement. So have some grace that they're just being an animal, and you're the one bringing them into your home. So learn to teach them properly with patience, so that you don't make them feel ashamed, and you don't ruin the trust between you. I would really like to have some energy work done on me. All right, I'll give them a blessing right now. When you talk to me, it helps when you send me images with your mind. That's how us animals talk. So try to send them telepathic messages, because that's how they communicate. That's how they understand. So show them pictures in your mind. Show them going to the new house, or show them still with you in the new house. Whatever you want to show them in your mind, it'll help them understand. All right. And these pet cards are available on my website, if you're interested in having those for yourself, for you and your pets or pet. Okay, so let me do a blessing for your animals, because they requested it. Hapama shishinche la anasanse. Tuhu maana aishe he la ohona anatena. Hala kapuma ahana asanse. Shashi la huda sasena puhuma akehina la sasen shishinche la uhuma anatike na tatensa. Shishi la una hapa ana san se chin chehe la gona pa maana. Hapan. And a lot of animals really like to be told, like to be given a job and taught tricks, so they feel knowledgeable and so they feel more comfortable. They love to know what to do. So like while you're eating dinner, if you don't want your animal begging, for example, like a dog or something like that, or even a cat, I guess, asking them, if they feel awkward and they're walking around the dinner table kind of going, oh, that smells good and looks good, let me get up on this person's lap, or let me, just, if you just allow them to just meander and do whatever, then sometimes they can be really insecure. Like, do I even fit in here? Am I even doing the right thing? I get no feedback on this, and they just feel really awkward. So it's good to give them really some feedback, like, hey, that's great, good boy, good girl. And when they do something bad, you can say, well, no. And you can correct them, distract them, get them onto something else, gently. And or you can teach them when I have plates on the table and silverware is being put down, that's your clue to go lay down in your crate. Now, some people say, well, my animal doesn't want to be in a crate. Well, the whole idea around getting an animal to, they're not like a person who says, oh, I don't like crates, I'm not going to go into a crate, forget it. You have to form a positive association between them and the crate or the vacuum or whatever it is that they're afraid of. You can get them over any fear at all. You just have to have the patience and the time and watch the videos and learn all the step-by-steps, or talk to me. I was a positive reinforcement animal trainer. You can get them acclimated to anything. You can get them to, they love crates. If you train them properly, dogs love going to their crates and laying down at dinner time. Love it. You got to give them a big bone. Make it like, just only put them in there temporarily for a few seconds at first. Let them back out. They go back in. Good boy. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Here, I get this incredible bone. Then you take the bone away and you send them back out. And they're like, what? What? Where'd the bone go? You know? And they see it as a game, and you see it as fun and positive. And then you build up that time. And then you start, not being in the room sometimes, and then being in the room. You got to do a lot of like acclimating and adapting the animal to it. But if you do it right, you'll get them to absolutely love a crate. So, so teach your animal or show your animal how to be, because otherwise they don't know and they're insecure, and they're going to walk around looking a little awkward, and they're going to be a little scared sometimes if you yell or something like that, or your family or your kids come in and they're screaming and yelling and stuff like that. Your animals are going to be like, I don't even know what to do right now. So teach your cat where to go. Give it steps that go up the wall so it can get away from the dog, or so it can get away from the kids. That's one of the best tips I ever heard Jackson talk about, is like, if you have a multi-animal household, give the cats steps that they can take to get up and go high and get away from it all. Because cats need to you either have cats that like being down low underneath things, or they like being high up above things. But get to know your cat and what makes them most comfortable. Everybody should be comfortable in your household, and everybody should know what to do when it comes to certain situations. So can just consider that. Okay. I'm going to pull some God cards. God, what is it you want us to know right now for the month of November? And I just looked at the words of the ultimate guide. The ultimate God is the ultimate guide. Our conscience and our consciousness is our ultimate guide. So listen to your heart. Trust me more than any circumstance. That's for sure. Because we know the circumstances are pretty frightening sometimes. Have faith over fear. Well done, good and faithful servant. So he is also training us. He's also training us to, to have faith in these situations, because we want to have the victory and we want to be really proud of ourselves. I had faith through that. That looked pretty scary for a minute, but I ultimately believed good would prevail. Sometimes it looks like evil has won just before I arrive with wondrous miracles. So God is reassuring us to keep having faith over fear. It's a test, and we need to go through this, and humanity needs to wake up. It could be scary, but just keep your faith and rest and just keep going within, and you'll be all right. My timing is perfect, he's telling us. My timing is perfect. So don't doubt it, and don't get all nervous or scared. Hell is only in our head. It's the absence of my light. So focus on me, he says. You are seated at my right hand. We, my dear, are above it all. You have the authority. I do not consent. I'm going to keep saying that. Join me in my kingdom within you. It's time to enlighten and remember who you are. Be present in the now. All right. So anything else? I guess that's it. Have yourselves a lovely November. And also remember that I've got those private group Zooms if you want to participate. There's going to be one right before Thanksgiving where we're going to be celebrating Thanksgiving together if you want to participate in that. And Have a good one, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.